Hi there. My name's Officer Hake. Just to let you know the traffic stop's being recorded. The reason why I'm stopping you is for speed, 48 and a 35. Not only that, I really strongly believe you're just not paying attention because...
I'm sorry, my father's in the VA right now, and I just...
Well, we went about 8 blocks with my lights on, and you never even pulled over.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to this. I'm so sorry. Why didn't you...
Because you weren't stopping. That's the reason why.
Oh, well, I didn't hear.
We went 8 blocks.
I didn't see any lights. I didn't...
It just means you're not paying attention.
I'm getting my lawyer. 1 second.
I don't need to speak with your lawyer. Can I see your license, registration, and proof of insurance, please?
What?
Speeding. Can I get your license, registration, and proof of insurance, please? Ma'am, I can't hear you with this window halfway rolled up.
Speeding actually become a crime.
It's an infraction. It becomes a crime when you don't provide your license, registration, and proof of insurance, ma'am. How many more times am I going to have to ask for this? Ma'am, are you going to provide your license, registration, and proof of insurance, please? Or does this have to escalate to an arrest?
If that's what would be choosing.
No, I'm asking you to provide by law. Stop interrupting, ma'am. I'm trying to explain it to you. By law, on a traffic stop, you are required to provide your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance. I've explained the reason for the stop. I've requested the required documentation, and you're refusing to provide that, ma'am. Is there a reason? You don't contract with the state of Washington? Do you have a driver's license?
I'm with the Planetary Federal Postal Judge. I'm a service processor and a...
You're a what?
Service processor and...
Service processor? What's that got to do with providing your license, registration, and proof of insurance, ma'am?
Judicial notice, sir. And I'm sure your sergeant can come in and...
Oh, he's already en route, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is there a reason you're not providing your license, registration, and proof of insurance?
Just because I'm trying to get my lawyer on.
Okay, I don't have to wait for your lawyer. Okay, I'm not even going to speak with your lawyer, nor am I required to. However, you are required to provide your license, registration, and proof of insurance. And I've requested it multiple times.
Can you give me a minute, sir?
For what?
So I can get my...
It's got nothing to do with this traffic stop, ma'am.
I'm being stopped right now.
Put him on the front.
Officer. I'm being stopped right now with an officer.
Ma'am, are you providing me with your license, registration, and proof of insurance? Ma'am, are you going to provide me with your license, registration, and proof of insurance? No, ma'am. Step on out of the car. You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Step on out of the car.
Please don't.
Step on out of the car.
Don't. That's it.
Do it now. Do it now or I'll break this window. Step on out of the car. You're under arrest. Step on out of the car. You're under arrest. Step on out of the car.
Can you listen to my...
You're under arrest. Step on out of the car. You're under arrest. I've provided you multiple requests for your license, registration, and insurance. Okay? Step on out of the car. Do it now.
She doesn't. I do not have to...
I will break this window.
I have to show that.
If you break that window, you will be...
Step on out of the car.
This is so illegal. I would not do that.
You can contest that in court, ma'am. You're under arrest for obstruction at this point.
It won't make it to court.
No, it won't make it to court.
It won't make it to court. You guys, I assure you, you don't want to do this. I'm with the Federal Postal Courts, okay? I am serving the judicial notice and global constitution to the world, and this is not correct. This is not...
You're being recorded, ma'am. Everything's being recorded. All your statements are being recorded.
And if he threatens to bust your window again, that's treason.
That's treason. Step on out of the car.
Is this your...
Are you going to step out of the car?
Supervisor.
Ma'am, are you stepping out of the car?
Okay, then we'll wait for the supervisor. Do not wait. You don't want to break my window, sir.
I will here in a second if you don't get out of the car.
If your supervisor gets here, he will let you know you cannot break my window.
I doubt that.
You're being recorded, and you can face treason.
Yes, you are being recorded.
Everything's being recorded.
Yes, we know.
6 David 1 ETA.
Creating necromancy and trying to put me in jail.
Well, you are going to jail.
I do not.
You're under arrest at this point, ma'am.
I'm a free woman. I'm not a cop. I'm not a corporation. You can't contract with me. I am a free woman, a blood, flesh, breathing woman. I don't.
Okay, I'm not disputing that, but you are under arrest.
Your supervisor will tell you different, sir. I will wait for the supervisor. Can I have your guys' brown?
It'll be on the arrest report, ma'am.
What's your badge numbers?
2301.
2301. And what's yours? What's your badge number?
Yeah, it is.
Ma'am, do me a favor, turn the car off, please. Put the keys on the dash.
There's this keyless.
Then you shut the car off, please.
Okay.
I'm not a corporation.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this right now. You're going to get out of the car. We're going to pull you out of the car by force.
He just said he's going to pull me out of the car. A living woman, and this is treason, sir.
Nope.
Sir,
a traffic stop under Revised Code of Washington, Title 46. Are you going to step out of the vehicle, or are you going to be taken out by force?
I haven't done anything.
You are under arrest for failure to provide ID. Are you going to step out?
Well, the speeding is...
Are you going to step out?
You can give me a warning? Sir, can you please don't? Please don't. Okay.
Step out of the car, do it now.
What you're about to hear might sound like just another routine traffic stop, but within a few minutes, it turns into a perfect example of how misunderstanding the law can completely change the outcome of a situation. It starts on a normal road, on a normal day. A police officer later explains that he activated his lights and siren and followed the vehicle for nearly 8 blocks. 8 full blocks. And yet, the driver never pulled over. According to the officer, this wasn't just about speeding anymore. It was about a lack of attention and potentially public safety. When the car finally stops, the officer introduces himself clearly and professionally. He informs the driver that the traffic stop is being recorded, and he explains the reason for the stop: speeding and failure to respond to emergency lights. At this point, everything is still calm. This could have ended with a simple ticket, but almost immediately the conversation takes a turn. The driver begins apologizing, mentioning that her father is currently in the VA hospital. She sounds emotional, distracted, overwhelmed, and for a brief moment, it seems like this might de-escalate the situation. The officer listens, but he brings the focus back to the stop. He explains that he followed her for 8 blocks with his lights on and asks why she didn't pull over sooner. Instead of answering directly, the driver says something that will define the rest of the encounter. "I'm getting my lawyer." 1 second. This is the moment where things begin to spiral. The officer calmly responds that he does not need to speak with her lawyer. He then makes a lawful and standard request: license, registration, and proof of insurance. This is not a suggestion. This is not optional. Under U.S. law, during a traffic stop, a driver is legally required to provide these documents, but the driver doesn't comply. She repeats that she is calling her lawyer. She speaks over the officer. She only rolls her window halfway down. The officer asks again: license, registration, proof of insurance. He explains that speeding itself is just an infraction, but refusing to provide identification can escalate the situation into a criminal offense. Still, no documents are provided. The officer asks plainly, "Are you going to provide your license?" The answer is not yes. Instead, the driver starts using unfamiliar and legally meaningless phrases. She asks if there's a reason she doesn't contract with the state of Washington. She claims to be a service processor and references a planetary federal postal judge. These are phrases commonly associated with so-called sovereign citizen ideology, a belief system where individuals claim they are not subject to state or federal law. The problem is, none of that holds up in court. The officer remains firm but professional. He explains again that none of those claims change her legal obligation. He asks if she has a driver's license. He asks for registration. He asks for insurance. He warns her that refusing to comply will result in arrest. At this point, the officer has repeated his request multiple times. He has explained the law. He has explained the consequences. He has even informed her that a sergeant is already on the way. Still, the driver insists she needs a minute to speak to her lawyer. Here's the critical misunderstanding. You have the right to remain silent, but you do not have the right to ignore lawful orders during a traffic stop. Calling a lawyer does not pause the law. It does not freeze the situation. And it does not eliminate the requirement to identify yourself while driving. The officer makes it clear you don't have to wait for your lawyer. Once again, he asks for the documents. Once again, she refuses. Finally, the officer asks one last direct question. Are you going to provide me with your license? The answer is clear. No. That single word changes everything. In that moment, the situation officially escalates. The officer informs her that she is under arrest and orders her to step out of the vehicle. The tone shifts from conversational to command. This is no longer a traffic stop. It is now a custodial arrest for failure to comply. The driver does not immediately exit the vehicle. The officer repeats the command. He warns her that if she does not step out, force will be used. He specifically warns that he will break the window if necessary. This is not a threat. It is a legal warning. And this is where the lesson becomes unavoidable. What began as speeding, a minor infraction, escalated into an arrest entirely because of refusal to follow basic legal requirements, not because the officer was impatient, not because of attitude, but because the driver chose ideology and argument over compliance. Traffic stops are not courtrooms. The side of the road is not where legal debates are won. If you believe your rights were violated, that argument happens later, with a lawyer, in court, not during the stop. This video shows how quickly a situation can deteriorate when someone misunderstands their rights. Silence is a right. Non-compliance is not. You can challenge a ticket. You can file a complaint. You can hire the best lawyer money can buy. But you cannot refuse to identify yourself while operating a vehicle on public roads. And that's why this interaction ended the way it did. Not with a warning, not with a ticket, but with handcuffs. A simple reminder, knowing your rights also means knowing your responsibilities.